Hi, I'm Catherine from My Mimi's Creativity. Today I'm going to be showing how to apply full vinyl wraps with Windex. Yes, with Windex. We're going to apply full vinyl wraps with Windex. Let's get started. First, I'm going to start with the 30-ounce fatty from Hogg, and I'm going to prep my tumbler with alcohol, 91% alcohol. So just use a paper towel. And this helps to get rid of any debris or anything or oils on top of your stainless steel cup. And you do not need to prep these, as in the sense of sanding them or spraying them. Just wipe them down with alcohol. Then next you're going to take your full vinyl wrap and you're going to peel your image off. And you're going to lay it down on its belly, leaving the image face down. You're going to spray the cup with Windex. I put Windex in a little spray bottle for my convenience because it's lighter to work with. And then you're going to spray the image completely with Windex. Then you're going to pick up your image and you're going to place it right on your cup. And you're going to go right around. Now you're going to need to trim the excess because you only want 1/4 of an inch to overlap. You don't want more than 1/4 of an inch. So I have about a good inch, maybe a 1/2 inch to an inch. But I'm going to take off just a little bit at a time so I don't take too much off. So you put down the side that you're going to take off the additional length on. So you take that part off and put it back on. And I'm going to use a ruler to cut that on the tumbler. I get these rulers from Dan's. They're really, really nice. I highly recommend his products over top of anybody else's. I use an X-Acto knife and I just cut away the image. I will put the link in below for the vinyl, where I get the vinyl from. And this is called wrap vinyl. It comes straight off in a strip. You take the ruler off. You can check it again. See where it lays. You need to take a little bit more. It's better to take a little bit at a time than to take too much, because you definitely do want an overlap, but not too much, so that it blends. And it comes straight off. Peel this up. We're just checking to see how much I need to take off or if I'm all right where I'm at. Okay, I'm happy with what I have cut. So it's like 1/4 of an inch that I'm leaving as an overlap. So now, every time you take the vinyl off of the cup and you have to put it back on, you have to put more Windex. That's what helps to adhere it to the cup properly. So go ahead and take it off. Lay it down on its belly, spray the cup, spray your image. Using the ruler onto the cup, cutting it also assures straight lines so you don't have crooked lines. And then you're just going to take and wrap it around. And they should line right up easily. There's no problems with wrinkles or so forth. And you can see how easy that goes on. And just push out the Windex Once you have it lined up and you can see that the seams line up, then you take the paper towel and you start working out the Windex. Hold on to your image while you're doing this so it doesn't slide. Once it adheres to the cup, then you don't have to hold it. And you'll see the Windex is going to come out just like as if you were doing a water slide. And you keep on doing this until it gets completely dry. Until you see no more Windex come out. And there we go. And there's the American flag with the smoke effect. And look how well that matches up. The stripes match up perfectly. Alright, I've already started by prepping my image for the 22 with the image down on his belly. I've saturated it with Windex. Now I'm going to saturate my cup with Windex for the application. Take your image up, lay it onto your cup, and wrap it around to see where you need to cut off. And I'm going to cut off a little bit from each side so that I don't lose too much of the boot and not too much of the hat. So I'm going to take some from the hat side first. Go ahead and lay down your roller and go ahead and cut it with the X-Acto. And it comes straight off. That one's not so straight, so let me try to fix that. It moved on me a little bit. I didn't have it all the way down. And when it does that, just to go ahead and lay it back down. And just cut off that little bit. You do want straight lines because you want your lines to be straight. Go ahead and pull your other side around, see how much you need to take off, which is probably nothing. I think I'm pretty good actually. So now I have to decide, do I want the hat on top or the boots? I think I want the boots on top of the, let me see what it looks like the other one now. I like the boots on top of the hat, so that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to lay the image down again, saturate it with Windex, saturate my cup with Windex, go ahead and pick up my image, place it on. And since this is the side that's going to go up, I'm going to pull this one side back, wrap this side around, just like that, wrap this side around like that, go ahead and wiggle it to the way you want it to lay, and then get it down. And I will show you how to cut the top and the bottom to be equal. Go ahead and get some of the Windex out first. It's all the way down, smooth. Go ahead and work out some of your Windex with paper towel. Hold your image. And then once we get some of the Windex out, I'm going to show you how to trim the top and the bottom. I cut my paper towels into quarters, and that way I don't waste paper towels as much, because you do need a dry paper towel to get it out. and just keep working it out. Once I have it to a certain degree, I'm going to just go ahead and wipe it up. My mess. Kind of, sort of. It is messy, but at least you'll have a clean table. And then I'm going to go ahead and trim the top and the bottom. I use the fabric cutter by Deco Dan's. And you can set it to whatever setting you want. I use, there's 6 settings here. I'm using today the first setting because I want to do the minimum cut on both the top and the bottom on this design. So you just lay it down. And I always cut towards the seam of the vinyl. If it's too much hanging off, you can use scissors to trim that excess so that the cup lays down flat on the table. Just lay it up against the cup. You can hear it rubbing the cup. And cut the excess vinyl off. And this allows it to go smoothly across the table. Go ahead and put your cup down. Find your seam. Push it up against the blade and just go around. And that gives me a perfect rim going around the bottom. And then I'm going to do the same thing to the top. The top's not as bad as what the bottom was, but I'm going to take off any excess so it can go smooth. Because you don't want it to pull the vinyl off of the cup. Go ahead and lay it down. Find your seam. And work again. Go away from your seam, or toward your seam, I'm sorry, toward your seam. So you don't pick up your vinyl. Take off your seam. So if it doesn't get it, just go back and get it again. It will come off. Sometimes if you don't apply the pressure, it won't go through. The vinyl is a little bit thicker than the 651, I think. But it's a little bit more giving because it's a wrap vinyl. This is the same type of vinyl they use to wrap cars and so forth. And there we go. And now it gave me a perfect seam at the top and the bottom. And if you have any little flyaways, just cut the little flyaways away with your X-Acto. And then just use your paper towels. Just take away the excess Windex. So just keep on wiping until you get all the Windex out. I alternate from the top and the bottom until it's all dry. Or at least until all the Windex stops coming out. It takes 24 hours for these cups to completely dry. I tried to do it a short amount of time. My best results was within 24 hours. The adhesion was perfect. I actually went to go take an image off that I cut a part of a head of a character off on another cup. And it took me and my husband to take it off. So it had really good adhesion to the cup. So I just let them dry 24 hours and then I go ahead and glitter them or paint them or whatever I want to do. Taking off just a little bit off the top and the bottom, I believe gave this cup a better image because I will not be glittering this one. I'll be doing something different. So I wanted it to be more geared to a country style. So there you go. And then a nice quote or saying can go there. And it's got a nice seam. And the seam is right here. And you can hardly even tell that's a seam. So 24 hours, let it dry.
I prepared the fonts ahead of time. Transferring the foil vinyl to the transfer tape to put the font on the tumbler. Foil vinyl is not one of my favorites to work with, but it's always looking good on the tumblers. Placing the font on the cowboy tumbler, place your image down, starting from in the middle and work your way out to the left and the right. Make sure that you press your font down completely before removing your transfer tape. Doesn't this look nice? I used the chrome foil to enhance the chrome look that I'm going to be using with this tumbler. Applying the font to the American flag tumbler. First, I will be applying the USA font below the stars. Now applying the quote on the stripes. This tumbler is absolutely stunning. I'm in love with it. Now I'm going to apply the silver foil washi tape down the seam line. Okay, now let's get ready to seal the fonts and stripes on both of the tumblers with quick coat using a finger cot. You can speed up the dry process with a heat gun or air dry it for 20 to 25 minutes to prepare for the epoxy. I added Glitter Heart Company Magic Dust Epoxy additive to add a touch of sparkle. I used a small pinch and added it to 30 ml of epoxy. Epoxy application. Now torch to remove any micro bubbles. I'm now going to demonstrate how to use the epoxy dryers. Place your dryer on for 10 minutes at 80 degrees Celsius on the on position. Place the turner into the dryer carefully, having the cup 1 inch from the front of the dryer. Then place the door shield on. I like to place a small piece of wood under the door to prop up the door a bit to secure clearance for my homemade turners. Set the dryer timer on to 90 minutes. And just check that you have it at 80 degrees Celsius. Thank you for watching this video. This video would never have been possible without the overwhelming requests based on my 3 lives on Facebook, doing tutorials on the full vinyl wraps with my Windex method. I hope you enjoyed it. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. If you have an idea for a video, please send me an email with what you would like to see me do next. Thank you and have a blessed day.